we were really interested in understanding whether we could restore this disappearance of key microbiota species. And I'm now going to tell you about how we can go about getting them back. Here I'm going to show you other experiments. Again, we have the abundance of the specific bacteria, and we're only going to be looking at S24/7 specifically. So in these experiments, again, S24/7 would respond really negatively to diarrhea and became undetectable. And then we had a fecal microbiota transplant from a healthy and controlled microbiota. We really didn't know what to expect because, as I'd shown before, when a niche opens up, it is usually filled up. And we were really excited to find out that after this fecal microbiota transplantation, we were indeed able to reestablish S24/7. And it was a really profound finding that a steady state community could be recolonized after weeks of not having had a specific member that was part of it. But what we learned that was even more important is that there's specific requirements for this recolonization. Importantly, reprogramming the microbiota requires a physical environment that is permissive. So what we asked in these experiments now is, when did it matter that we reintroduce S24/7? So on the experiment on the left, we tried to reintroduce it during the time of diarrhea, while in the second experiment, we kept trying to reintroduce it for a couple of days after the diarrhea was done. And as you can see here, only when we had this addition continuing beyond the time of diarrhea were we able to reintroduce this. And importantly, this really showed us that, as you might expect, again, in thinking about a macro system, that the timing of this therapy really matters. We need to have a physical system that can accept these microbes in order to be able to transplant them in. And we think that this is going to be really important for microbiota therapies, because the fecal microbiota transplants are not going to work as well, we think, during times of flare-ups, because the physical environment is not going to be able to really accept these different microbes.